You have to go back to your animal roots and realize that your body ultimately belongs to nature. Instead of denying your raw nature, you have to accept it and even embrace it. In fact, you are a God living in an animal body, but right now you are stuck between the two at the human level. At this stage, to move forward, you have to step back and understand your body. But why do you repress your instincts in the first place? Why is every natural thing like sex and death a taboo? It happens because you want to forget that one part of you is an animal that will ultimately die. Humans are the only beings who are conscious of their own mortality. You are afraid of physical death because you identify yourself with your body. If you could somehow separate yourself from it, the fear wouldn't be there anymore. The awareness of death can cause two types of behaviors regarding your body. First, you can try to forget your animal nature and repress your instincts. This is what religious people do, and when the repressed energies break out, they feel guilty. Repression causes several diseases and even perversions. Second, you can choose to live out your animalistic desires without holding anything back. This is what Satanists do, and they become hedonistic. They see themselves as animals, so they want to enjoy their bodies as long as they can, and overindulge in sensual pleasures. Both of them are correct in a sense, but in another sense, both are wrong. We are in fact animals, but we are also more than animals at the same time. The human consciousness is multi-layered. If we deny the first layer, we will never go beyond it. We will be too much occupied fighting with our instincts. We have to accept it totally, but not indulge in it, not focus totally on it. We have to go beyond it and discover the other layers too. The tragedy of human existence is living as a false personality in between two truths. You are already not an animal, but not a god yet. You are stuck with yourself right in the middle of the evolution of consciousness. The animal part of you possesses instinct, which is the intelligence of the body. As a human, you have intellect, the intelligence of the mind. Finally, the God inside you has intuition, which is the intelligence coming from beyond. The way of spirituality is the way of being natural. Everything that is unnatural, everything that is against life, everything that comes from the mind works against spirituality. If you can stay completely natural, you can reach the deepest valleys and the highest mountains on your path. Enlightenment is your natural state, but you don't experience it because you have become so unnatural. The whole existence is unconsciously enlightened, and you are conscious but unenlightened. The goal of spirituality is to be consciously enlightened. In spite of this, some people see the future of humanity in controlling and conquering nature. Others think that being spiritual is some kind of supernatural state that they have to fight for. They think they have to overcome their own nature, and when they fail, they feel guilty about it. But in fact, you have to do just the opposite. Become completely and totally natural again. You don't have to conquer, control, or overcome anything. Just on the contrary, you have to destroy everything unnatural in yourself and in your behavior. Spiritual growth is the reduction of the artificial. You can reach your highest peak if you can destroy it totally. In nature, life is in a continuous cycle, a constant renewal. But humans are trying to put themselves above nature, trying to control it, trying to control the nature outside and their own nature inside. But we are part of nature, just like all the plants and animals. All of your life you were living inside your body. You got used to it, you got attached to it. But when you die, your body will separate from you automatically. You will leave behind your bank account, your house, your car, your clothes, your family, your friends, and the whole material world. But your body is material too. You will eventually have to give it back to the earth water, fire, air, and space because it belongs to them. You only received it as a gift, but it was never truly yours. Be grateful that you could use it and it helped you experience the physical world. Identifying yourself with something that you know will definitely die is stupid. But it doesn't mean that you don't have to appreciate it until it is there. Do you destroy a rose just because you know it is going to die? No, you value it even more. Appreciate its beauty and enjoy its fragrance. In fact, your love will make the rose even more beautiful, more alive. In several studies, scientists found that the positive energy of love made plants grow, whereas the negative energy of anger caused plants to stunt their growth or even wither away. Even without saying words, the intention itself caused positive changes and made life flourish more. If your attitude can influence a plant outside of you so much, what do you think it can do to your own body? Yet, most people appreciate a rose, but not their bodies. A rose has a relatively simple structure, but your body is the biggest wonder in nature. And I want you to appreciate it according to this. The human body is the most complex, most beautiful, and most amazing mechanism in the world, even if you think it is fat, ugly, or deformed. Don't worry, this is not another course on positive body image. The question is not whether you accept your body or not. The question is whether you identify yourself with your body or not. If not, the question of acceptance won't even arise, because it simply won't be important anymore. Body image is part of self-image, which is just another word for ego. The goal is to destroy the whole image step by step, and not to fabricate a positive one. Simply love your body, and it will become more beautiful. When you love something, you also take care of it easily and effortlessly. When you love your baby, you go out of your way to satisfy its needs. When you love your car, you clean it regularly and drive it carefully. Well, your own body is even more important than your baby or your car. It is the source. It is the base of everything you do in this physical life. And it has an immense effect on your energy, emotions, thoughts, and even on your spirit. Chinese used to heal themselves just by speaking to their own bodies positively and smiling at their diseased organs. You too can ask questions from your body, and it will tell you exactly what it needs and why it hurts. Your body is very wise, but you lost contact with its ancient wisdom. It is ancient indeed. It contains the wisdom of billions of years, going back to the first single cell in evolution. Compared to your whole body, the brain and the mind are very young, because they developed in the era of humanity. But you inherited your body from millions of life forms, and your instinct has billions of years of experience. Accept your body, treat it with care and love, and it will be very grateful to you. You should also be grateful to it because it is serving you diligently all of your life, even when you sleep. Express your love and gratitude in words, thoughts, and intentions. Be more conscious towards your body. Be more aware of it in everyday life. Be more natural in general. Do you know any animals with body image issues? They are perfectly satisfied with their bodies, and they never go against their instincts. Well, wild animals never do. Only those which had a human influence, which were conditioned. Nature cannot be unnatural. Only humans are capable of this. This tendency always comes from the conditioned mind, whether we speak about animals or humans. Conditioning always creates an inner division. When you question your instinct, you become divided and confused inside. You ask yourself whether an action is good or bad, and you try to calculate the outcome in advance. For now, just rely totally on the wisdom of the body, and don't worry yet about thinking or intuition. This week, listen fully to your instincts, and be complete in your actions. As I mentioned before, most people are unconscious of their bodies, so they are controlled by it. For example, the unsatisfied sexual desire can take them over completely and suddenly at any time. On these occasions, they seem to lose their own will, their natural instincts take over, and they feel like puppets. Looking back afterwards, they say it wasn't really them, as if someone else was there. Normal people are not aware of themselves. That is why the body can take over. They don't bring any consciousness to their actions. Most are also not very conscious of their own bodies, so they generally make no exercise, eat bad food, have an unhealthy lifestyle, and live in too much comfort. On the other hand, some people think that the more you can repress your body, the more spiritual you are. This is the other extreme of the scale. These people are overly conscious of the body because they try to repress it and control it. But by trying to control the body, they are controlled by it actually even more than normal people. They do too much exercise. They deny the body of its needs. They overexert it and give themselves absolutely no comfort. Under the title of purification, they start fasting and celibacy. Some even hurt themselves physically, get addicted to pain, and become masochistic. This lifestyle is not only unhealthy, but unnatural as well. Some saints are revered because they are celibate, or they can sit in one position for years. Somebody was worshipped because he could hold his arm above his head for all his life. What stupidity! Saints are not spiritual, they are masochists. They turn their willpower and their aggression against themselves. From the outside, they don't look aggressive at all. But just imagine how much force, willpower, and aggression you need to hold your arm up all your life. Is holding the urine spiritual? Could you imagine a spiritual person who becomes a saint because he can force himself not to go to the toilet? It would sound stupid, wouldn't it? Well, to me, holding back sex or denying food sounds equally stupid. Instead of appreciating the body, they want to humiliate it. Repression is dangerous for two reasons. First, you need tremendous energy to be unnatural, and this energy is taken away from your consciousness. The more you repress, the more energy you need. After a while, you will be exhausted, and you will feel dead inside because you stop the natural flow of energy. But this natural energy doesn't simply disappear. It remains hidden deep inside you, waiting to erupt. And when it does, it will have so much power that it takes you over completely, and you become an unconscious puppet of your desires. Second, your attention is the most important tool in spirituality. If you keep your attention on your body by trying to suppress it, then you will be stuck at the level of the body forever. Your nature has such an incredible power and wisdom. It has been existing for millions of years. Your mind, your ego, your willpower are very fresh phenomena in the process of evolution. Your mind is so weak compared to your body that it will have to work non-stop trying to overcome it. By repressing hunger, it will not go away. It will simply become stronger but unconscious. You will keep fantasizing about nice meals, juicy foods. You will even dream that you are eating. By repressing sex, you will become much more sexual, but in a perverted way. This is what happened to many monks. Homosexuality and perversion started in ancient monasteries. But not only monks, saints, and spiritual people repress their nature, normal people do too. Everyday people are not guided by scriptures or dogmas. They are constrained by the conditioning of the society. They are told how to act, how to speak, and even how to think. In modern society, almost every natural thing is a taboo. The naked body, urination, execration, sex, birth, and death. They say that suppressing your animalistic desires makes you a good person, while indulging in them is a sin. The whole society, but especially religions, take everything natural in you and turn it into a sin. There is no way you will not commit these sins because they are your nature. And when you do, they make you feel guilty about it. And they say that only they can give you redemption. They make you divided inside because you have to fight yourself. This inner division keeps you on the lowest level of your being and even creates diseases. The only way to be healthy is to be one inside, to accept and love your whole being totally. In the Hungarian language, they express this very beautifully. The Hungarian word for health means oneness. Also, one of the highest levels of spirituality is the experience of oneness. Oneness with all other human beings, with every tree, every forest, every mountain, the whole earth, and the whole universe. But how do you want to experience this all-encompassing unity when even your inner self is divided? So then, what is the best method to go beyond the level of the body if neither repression nor indulgence helps? I would like to introduce to you a method that you ought to try this week and practice it whenever you can. It has the following 4 steps: feel it, free it, see it, leave it. We will use this technique not only on the level of the body, but on the level of energy, emotions, and thoughts too. It is one of the most important techniques, and this week you will learn the basics and you will apply it to your body. The first step is feeling, in this case, feeling your body. The problem is that you are too much unconscious of your body. You have lost contact with it. Almost all your movements have become automatic. For example, when you first start to learn how to ride the bike, you have to become very much aware of your body. You have to learn how to move your hands and feet in coordination, and all the movements seem very strange at first. You are conscious of the movements because they require new ways of using the body. You have to think first before you move. When you finally learn how to ride the bike, you don't have to think anymore. You can do everything unconsciously, automatically, and you won't fall off the bike. In fact, the less you think, the easier it is. Now, it has become a habit, more efficient, but less conscious. Now, you can think about something else. You can daydream while riding the bike. There is no problem. Thus, you totally forget about your body, lose contact with it, and with the present moment as well. The same is true for any kind of exercise or physical movement. In time, everything has become a habit. You are living your life unconsciously. You wake up, brush your teeth, dress up, have breakfast, kiss goodbye to your husband or wife, and drive to work. You did this so many times before that you can do it like a robot, totally automatically. You may be not even there at all. Your consciousness is floating away somewhere in your fantasy, while your body is doing the movements by itself. Feeling the body means being in the body and not among your thoughts. The easiest way to feel your body again, to be in your body, is to break the habits. You have to forget and relearn how to ride the bike in a new way. You have to learn to use your body consciously, relearn how to walk, eat, drink, and even how to sit and lie. You have to break the automatic patterns with new kinds of movements. If you are left-handed, become right-handed for a week and vice versa. Try a new sport. Do something you have never done before. Move your body like never before, even if it feels awkward first. If it does, even better, because it means you have to be even more aware. Stand in front of the mirror naked, move your hands, and observe the movement. At the same time, observe how it feels inside. You will realize that suddenly you have become much more conscious of your body. Your consciousness got rooted on the physical plane. You have to keep this same kind of presence when you move into the next phase, freeing the body. This means letting the body move freely, however it wants to move. However, you have to remain aware. You have to see the body moving freely. The steps of freeing and seeing actually happen together. Don't fight with your body, with your nature, with your instinct at all. Whatever your body says, do it immediately, without any thinking, without any waiting. But at the same time, remain very conscious of yourself. Let the body do its thing. It works perfectly without your interference. When it is hungry, let it eat. When it is thirsty, let it drink. When it feels tired, let it sleep. When it feels lust, let it have sex. When your body is in action, you are simply there, watching its every movement. You don't control, you don't interfere, you don't judge, and you don't even comment. You are simply watching. You are aware of the body, and you are aware of yourself. You will soon recognize this way, that you are not your body, and you are not even bound by it. By giving total freedom to your body, you free yourself too. So far, you tried to imprison your body with your mind, but when a prisoner is kept in one place, the guard also has to be in the same place constantly. Otherwise, the prisoner escapes. When somebody is kept under tight control, not only the prisoner loses his freedom, but the guard as well. They are kept in one place together, forced to be strongly connected, almost chained together. The same thing happens when you use your consciousness to control your body. So, when you free your body from this bondage, you free your own consciousness at the same time. You allow them to separate, and you realize that they are not the same. You lose your attachments to your body, and you go beyond it. Your body will almost have a separate life from you if you really let it live. All your actions will become automatic and correct. But this time, it is consciously automatic. You won't have to worry about your body anymore. It will simply do its tasks. Your task is simply to let go. When you eat, don't plan what you are going to eat. Your body will know perfectly what it needs. Don't say things in yourself like how delicious or how bad something tastes. Simply sense the flavors without any comments, because that is the only way to really feel them. When you don't control your body at all, you can finally pay attention to your consciousness. Your attention turns inwards to itself. The only way of elevating your consciousness above your body is to forget about the body completely. But this is only possible when the body is in perfect balance. How can you really meditate when you are hungry, thirsty, or when you have to go to the toilet? For meditation to happen easily, everything inside and outside has to be on an optimal level, in balance. It shouldn't be too hot or too cold. You shouldn't be too tired or too fresh. Your stomach shouldn't be too full or too empty. Only by completely satisfying your body's needs can your consciousness rise above it. If you aim to reach the highest level of being fulfilled, you have to start fulfilling yourself at the lowest level. If not, it will keep disturbing your ascension. When you feel hungry, you have a stomach. I mean, you think about your stomach, you imagine it, you feel it. Pain is a signal your body is sending to your brain saying, "Hey, there is a problem, deal with me." This is a simple and automatic survival mechanism. Until you don't deal with it, the pain will become more and more severe. When you finally decide to eat something and satisfy your hunger, you will also forget about your stomach. It won't steal your attention anymore. It won't appear in your consciousness any longer. They say that the body is the temple of the soul. So why don't you start searching for it in this temple? In spite of this, many spiritual people try to deny their body and repress it with dangerous exercises like fasting. Even the Buddha tried this method, and his body got so thin and weak that he almost died. He realized that if he wants to continue on his path, he needs a healthy body. So he accepted the bowl of rice offered to him by a girl. He recognized the importance of balance and created the rule of the middle way. It means that you should avoid the extremes in every aspect of your life. The extremes always arise in the mind because it can only think in black and white. If you follow the extremes, you follow your mind. Only by being perfectly in the middle can you rise above it. You satisfy the needs of the body, but you also remain conscious of yourself. The question of control doesn't even arise. In practice, this means that you do regular but careful exercise. Give everything to the body it needs. And in general, you live a healthy and optimal lifestyle. Just like when you are hungry, a similar thing happens when you have a headache. Your head hurts because something is wrong, and the body alarms your conscious mind, so you can do something about it. In fact, the most dangerous diseases are those that don't cause pain, because if you don't even know about them, you can't do anything against them. The headache forces itself into your consciousness and shouts for your attention. Attention cannot be divided, so there is no way you will be able to focus on your higher needs until your body is not totally healthy and satisfied and enjoys optimal conditions. You are probably familiar with the Maslow pyramid, the hierarchy of needs. Maslow's theory suggests that the most basic level of needs must be met before the individual will strongly desire the secondary or higher level needs. Physiological needs are the physical requirements for human survival. Until the need for air, water, food, and shelter are not met, we do not really care about anything else. Fortunately, most people have these basic needs met in their everyday lives. However, most people are stuck at the second level, namely the safety needs. With their physical needs relatively satisfied, the individual's safety needs take precedence and dominate behavior. These include personal and financial security, health, and well-being. If you don't have these, you won't be motivated enough to reach higher levels of consciousness like love, friendship, intimacy, and self-esteem, not to mention self-actualization and self-transcendence. If you worry about survival, money, or security, you won't be interested in meditation. Meditation is a luxury. It will seem like a waste of time for the poor. You will keep asking yourself, why sit doing nothing when I can collect money instead? You are only concerned with money until you don't have it. That is why rich people claim that they are not interested in money. It is true, they say it honestly. But just take away all their money and see what they say then. After feeling, freeing, and seeing the body, only one step is left, leaving it. If you totally freed your body and you totally became conscious of it, this will happen automatically, without any conscious effort from your part. By being able to watch the body, you automatically rise above it and leave it. Leaving it means dissociating yourself from your body, seeing it from outside. When you become fully aware of the body, you also become aware of yourself. You are aware of the body, so you cannot be the body. You realize that there has to be someone beyond the body who is aware of it. This is exactly the experience that we aim for in the first module of the Academy.